But I know a lot of you are still trying to get the hang of getting the basics of juggling. So I'll go a little bit slower in the first 30 minutes. We'll try to hit some milestones that are a little bit simpler. And then at 4:30, we'll start to ramp it up a little bit and make it a little bit more advanced. And we'll switch it over to a timing base, so it's a little bit of a workout as well. So what we're going to do for the first 30 minutes is basically just kind of progress through some of the more beginner milestones. And a lot of the stuff that we're going to do is, if you're having trouble keeping the ball up in the air for a long time, a lot of it is going to be techniques and tricks that you can use so that you can work your way up to being able to do 100-foot juggles in a row, 200-foot juggles, working your way all the way up. Same with the different types of tricks and juggles that are involved with keeping the ball up in the air. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to practice kicking the ball up in the air with our laces. And what I want you to do, so we're going to start with our right foot first. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kick the ball with our right foot and then catch it, okay? Kick the ball with your right foot and then catch it, all right? I want you to try that a bunch of times. Just really try to hit your hands only with your right foot. Focus on not having really any spin on the ball right now, okay? So when I'm doing this, I'm locking my ankle up, okay? I'm bending my knees slightly. I'm bringing my foot up to the ball, and I'm just trying to pop it right back out in front of me so it's really easy to catch, okay? Practice that a few more times, okay? Just my right foot right now, just right back up to my hands, okay? And now what we're gonna try to do is, I want you to see if you can do this 5 times in a row without dropping the ball, okay? So I'm gonna try that right now, just with my feet only, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? So again, we're trying to hit all these milestones and do the best that you can. And you can always, I'll post this video later so you can go and try and do this on your own time as well. All right, now we're gonna switch to our left foot, okay? We're gonna switch to our left foot only, and same thing. I'm just gonna try to knock the ball back up to my hands without the ball bouncing onto the ground. Okay, so I'm just kicking the ball up to my feet, for my left foot, using my laces. And again, I'm trying to keep the ball from spinning at all. So again, a good little trick is think about locking your ankle up when you do this. Really focus on hitting the ball off of your laces when you're kicking the ball right back up. And you really don't want any of that backspin. I want to be catching the ball out in front of my chest here, okay? Really make sure you're locking up your ankle. When you're using your weak foot, so a lot of us, our weaker foot is our left. Some of you, your weaker foot was your right. It's really important to focus on locking that foot. A lot of times with our weaker foot, we just kind of let it hang there and hope the best happens, right? Really make sure that you're locking that. You're thinking about keeping that left ankle nice and tight when you hit the ball. Okay, let's try 5 times in a row now, just with our left foot. Okay, here we go. Ready? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. Okay, nice job. All right, next time, or this one, we're gonna work with our head now. Okay, we're gonna work with our head. And now I know a lot of you, especially if you're under 12, you're not allowed to use your head in game situations, but you can still practice using your head right now. And I think it's actually important practicing using your head in a safe environment. And a safe environment is certainly this, when it's just you and the ball and you're practicing your juggling, okay? So what I want you to think about when you're juggling, though, is my hairline is getting kind of weird now, but you want to think about striking the ball right with your hairline when you head the ball, okay? So I want you to practice right now. I'm just take off my hat when I do this, okay? It's just practice doing exactly what we're doing with our feet, but now with our head. So now I'm just tossing the ball up, bouncing the ball off of my hairline, okay, right? I'm not letting the ball hit me in the face, not the top of my head. I'm really focusing on just letting the ball and meeting the ball with my hairline and catching the ball. Okay, and again, notice I'm not throwing the ball way up, right? I'm keeping it pretty close. I'm just heading the ball, okay? This is a nice, safe, easy way to practice your heading in a controlled environment. And again, a lot of you in games, you're not allowed to, and I would say don't even try to head the ball in games right now. But you can certainly practice the correct technique so when you're older, you can do it in a safe way. So really, again, you want to get it right here, and you're not letting the ball strike you in the head. You're going up and meeting it ever so slightly, and then just catching the ball. Okay, try it a few more times. And again, you want to try to limit yourself to heading the ball maybe only 20, 25 times in a given session. Okay, you don't want to overdo it with your head. Even though we're not going too hard, you still want to make sure that you're being safe. Okay, now let's progress along. We're going to go back to our feet. Okay, so we did one juggle and then catch. Now I want you to try 1, 2, and catch. Okay, so see if we can do 1, 2, and catch. And right now, let's try to do it. Our right foot, left foot, catch. Right foot, left foot, catch. Try practicing that. And again, nothing really changes, right? The ball is popping up exactly where it was before. And now I'm just using my other foot to try to catch it. Okay? If you're having trouble with the right foot, left foot, maybe try right foot, and catch. Okay? If right foot's your dominant foot, if left foot's your dominant foot, try left foot, and catch. And then again, we're going 2 juggles and then catching it. And again, the really important thing here is to make sure that you're not putting a lot of spin on the ball, that you're using your laces to strike the ball, and the ball should just be popping out right in front of you. Okay. Now let's see if we can do that 5 times in a row without dropping the ball. All right, here we go. I'm going to go right foot, left foot, 5 times without dropping the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad. Now I'm going to try a left foot to right foot 5 times in a row. Let's see if we can do that. Left foot, right foot. Whoa. Remember, with your weak foot, really concentrate on locking that ankle up. Right? If you think about a piece of spaghetti, right before you put the spaghetti into the boiling water, it's hard, right? That's what you want your ankle to be. You don't want your ankle to look like a wet piece of spaghetti, right? It's all floppy, okay? You want that ankle locked. All right. Next one. We're going to do our thighs now, okay? So I want you to just practice once with your thigh and catch. So now we're just on our right leg. Right thigh, catch. Right thigh, catch. Right thigh, catch. And again, really important. Notice when I'm really almost just letting go of the ball and just dropping it, right? I'm not letting the ball come way down here. I'm bringing my thigh up, but I'm keeping my thigh level. So I'm having my knee bent at a 90-degree angle, right? So I have that clean surface to just pop the ball right back up, and I'm catching it, right? See, I'm just taking my hands away. See how I'm doing that? I'm not throwing it down. I'm not tossing it up like this. I'm just allowing my thigh to come up and hit it. And again, if you even want to bring it down even lower and just drop it at the last second, that works too. All right, I'm going to switch over to my left foot or my left leg now. Again, same thing. My left leg is my weaker leg. I have to concentrate a little bit more on the correct technique, but it's the same exact technique. Now I don't have to worry about locking my ankle or anything like that, but I just have to coordinate my left side, and that requires a little bit more concentration. Just like anything in soccer and any athletic thing that you do, it requires your brain to be connected to the rest of your body. Okay, Now let's switch to 2 thigh juggles and catch. Okay, 2 thigh juggles and catch. I'm going to go right foot, left foot, catch. Okay, right thigh, left thigh, catch. Right thigh, left thigh, catch. Right thigh, left thigh, catch. Now let's try left thigh to right thigh. Left thigh, right thigh, catch. Notice when I do this, right? My first one, I'm popping up to the same exact area where I caught it. Instead of catching it, then I'm just doing the same thing with the other leg. I'm not popping the ball way up over my head. I'm just keeping it right at pretty much my eyes, my chin height. I want to keep that ball right in front of me. And then just catch it. Now let's just try our right foot only, our right leg only. Okay, 1, 2. Notice when I do this, I'm not even letting my right leg come to the ground in between, okay? I'm keeping that same technique, that 90-degree angle with my knee, and I'm keeping it there, right? This is good to just practice maintaining that angle, that clean surface to bounce the ball off of. Now I'll switch to my left. Got to concentrate a little bit more. Ooh. Again, I don't want to bring my leg down. Good. All right, now I'm going to try to get it 5 times in a row. So again, we want to create these milestones that we can hit so we can move on to the next activity. So when you do this on your own, make sure if I'm saying, okay, let's do it 5 times in a row, do it 5 times in a row, and then move on. If you mess up the first or second try, that's okay, right? Pick the ball back up and try again. The only way that you get the handle on juggle is if you keep trying and trying and trying. Okay, here we go. 5 times in a row. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now let's go right or left to right 5 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. Okay. All right. Next one. Okay, another 1, 2 rotation. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Okay. The next one we're gonna do is thigh to foot and then catch. Okay. So I'm gonna do it just with my right leg to start. So I'm gonna do thigh, foot, catch. So I'm going to juggle with my thigh, then my foot, and then catch it. 1, 2, catch. So again, we're using the same techniques that we just used, right? We want that nice clean surface, knee at 90 degrees, but then I'm dropping my foot to the ground and then repeating my juggling motion with my foot. And you don't even actually need your foot to come to the ground. You can if you want. Or you can leave your right foot in the air if you want. Right? Notice when I do this, I can do it without bringing my right foot down to the ground in between touches. So we're doing thigh, foot, catch. Thigh, foot, catch. All with the right foot right now. Okay? Keep practicing it. Again, we want to do this without any spin on the ball. We're really trying to do this without any spin on the ball. I'm going right thigh, right foot, catch. Notice the ball's never going over my head, and I'm not having to reach down or move around to catch it. I want to be able to do this stuff so it just comes right back up to me every time. So eventually, later on, I can start to keep the ball up for a little bit longer. All right, let's switch to left leg only. Left thigh, left foot. Again, now we have to start thinking about locking our ankle again when we do this. Locking your ankle with your foot, especially with your weaker foot. Don't wait for the ball to drop all the way down to your foot. You can bring your foot up to meet that ball, right? And that'll actually help with not generating too much spin. One more here. Okay, let's see if we can get 5 on each leg. 5 in a row on each leg. Here we go. Ready? My right leg. 1. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, now on my left leg. See, a lot of juggling as well is agility, right? 4, 5. Right, agility. So whenever I do one thing on one leg, I'm having to balance on the other leg. So it's really helping me strengthen the muscles in that leg as well. Okay, next one. All right, I'm going to take off my hat again for this one. Okay, because we're going to use our heads. We're going to go head, thigh, foot, catch. Okay, so head, thigh, foot, catch. Head, thigh, foot, catch. And again, when you're using your head, don't toss it way up. You're just going to do a little toss. Try to knock it up. Settle your body. Get your body under control. Get that nice clean surface with the 90 degrees. And then do the thing that you just did. Ooh. I also don't have a lot of room to toss the ball. Head, thigh, catch. All right, let's move on to our left side now. Head, thigh, foot, catch. Head, thigh, foot, catch. This one's a little bit trickier, huh? Really got to concentrate on this one. Ooh. All right, and good. We're not gonna try to test out of that one because I don't want you maximizing the touches on your head. So I just want you to practice that one. A little bit trickier.
John.
Yeah.
Like, what is one tip? Like, 'cause like when I go on my head, like it comes down really hard and it like goes straight to my foot. What's one tip to like get it to my thigh, not so hard? Like.
So try popping the ball up with your head a little bit higher.
Okay.
So you don't want your toss to be really high because you don't want to have to bring it out of the air from so high. But
Okay.
you can use your neck muscles, right? So you can use your neck muscle to pop the ball up into the air so you have a little bit more time to get your thigh underneath it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard. Like for me in my basement, you know, this is how high my ceiling is, so I can't really pop it up too high. But if you have a little bit more room, or if you're outside, you can pop that ball up in the air a little bit higher because then you're just taking it out of the air with your thigh.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Next one. We're going to go to 3 juggles in a row. Okay? 3 juggles in a row, and you don't have to catch it. It can be any part of your body. Okay? So I can do 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then let it bounce. I can do it all with my feet. I can do it all with my thighs if I want, or I can do a combination of both, okay? But I want to see if you can now move to 3 times juggling in a row with any part of your body, okay? Try to catch it in the ends, but if you don't catch it, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna try a variety of different ways. 3 with my right. 3 with my left, maybe 3 with my thigh here. Just want you to try a bunch of different variations on juggling 3 times in a row if you can. Again, notice even when I'm using my feet, I'm really trying to limit the spin on the ball. So it can be any surface that you want. Oops. Just try to get it 3 times in a row. Big with my head, yeah. Whichever way that you can. Okay? Let's see if I can get it 3 times in a row, or 3 juggles in a row, 5 times. Okay? So I'm going to juggle it 3 times, 5 times in a row. Okay? Here we go. That was all with my right. So with my left, alternating feet. That's 3 in a row. That's 4 in a row. That's 5 in a row. Nice job. Okay, so we're progressively making our way up. Okay, we're progressively making our way up. Nice job. Next progression. Okay, we're going to use the inside of our foot. Okay, so we're going to use the inside of our foot juggle here. All right, so instead of using our laces like we've done, toss the ball out in front. Now we're going to toss the ball out in front, and we're going to use the inside of our foot.
Like this. No.
Okay? Here we go. Just going to do it one time, and then catch. Try it with your right, and then your left.
One catch. One catch.
This requires a little bit of flexibility.
I successfully hit my camera.
Knock your camera over. Nice. Done that. Right, so now I need to be a little bit more flexible in my hips. I'm not creating that 90-degree angle with my knee anymore. I'm pushing my knee out to the side. It's just like if you ever used a hacky sack before. This is the type of technique used for a hacky sack. And again, with this one, it's really, you can't let the ball drop too far down, right? If you let the ball drop too far down and you use the inside of your foot, the ball is going to go out like that. So you really have to bring your foot up almost to your waist. You really have to come and meet the ball with your foot.
So if you don't go to here, you'll just go like this. See? Woo!
Okay, let's see if we can do it 5 times in a row. Here we go. I'm going to just try doing it with my right foot only 5 times in a row. Here we go. There's 1. There's 2. 3. There's 4. There's 5. Here we go. Now with my left foot. 1. There's 2. Ooh. 3. There's 4. And there's 5. Nice job. Okay, and again, you want to try to get to those milestones of 5 in a row. Okay? All right. Next progression. So now we're gonna go through a little bit quicker. We're gonna do a lot of the same stuff, but we're gonna see if we can do it more times in a row. All right? And really, that's the secret to juggling. You want to just keep getting better and better and better in terms of how many times you can do a specific skill in a row. So let's go to feet 3 times in a row. So feet only 3 times in a row. Okay? Feet only 3 times in a row. And we're catching it after. So I'm just using my feet 3 times in a row. And I go right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Left foot, right foot, left foot. Okay, let's see if we can try that now 5 times in a row.
No, I need to start at U1.
Try it 5 times in a row. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. Okay? Again, try to hit those milestones. If you let it drop one time, restart at 0, and then work your way back up again, okay? So you're trying 3 times in a row there. All right, next one, thigh 3 times in a row, okay? So 1, 2, 3, catch. 1, 2, 3, catch. 1, 2, 3, catch. And again, same thing. You want to have that nice clean surface that we talked about before, right? But now we're just doing it 3 times. Okay, so maybe I go right, left, right. Now left, right, left. Again, we're just keeping that ball right in front. Okay? If you're having trouble switching your feet quickly, again, just like we talked about when Reese asked a question with the head, try popping the ball up a little bit higher to allow you a little bit more time to shift your feet. Right? So you want to alternate. Ooh, you want to alternate. If you need a little bit more time, try popping it a little bit more quickly. Okay? That's also why we do all that agility work in the program, help get our feet up and off the ground a little bit quicker. Okay, let's see if we can do 5 in a row. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. There's 3 in a row. There's 4 in a row. There's 5 in a row. Nice job. Okay. Next one. Let's do inside of the foot 2 times. Okay, see if we can do inside of the foot 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, catch. This one is a little bit trickier. Okay, so we're moving towards the end of this half hour. A little bit harder stuff. So I'm alternating right foot, left foot, inside of the foot only, and then catching it. Again, you really have to bring your foot up, right? You can't let the ball drop too far down. And again, if you're having trouble getting your feet moving from foot to foot, try popping that ball up a little bit higher to give yourself that time. Woo. Let's see if we can get 5 in a row. Here we go. Ready? There's 1, barely. There's 2. There's 3, barely. There's 4. There's 5. Nice. Good job. That one's a little bit difficult, at least for me. I have tight hips. I didn't really get a good warm up, so my hips are a little bit tight.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I have a flat ball, so it's not because I was trying to find a ball last second, and
You got a flat ball?
yeah, so I can't like bounce it around or anything.
Mine's like I'll give you a tip too for juggling. You want to find a ball that's not too inflated, but not too flat. So my ball is, I don't know if you can see it. It's actually, you can press on it and you got a little bit to it. And this actually, you don't want it too hard because then you don't get the right type of feel off of it. I like to have it a little bit softer. That way it starts to move like a balloon a little bit more, which makes it easier to juggle. Okay, last thing we're going to do here for this first half hour, okay? And then we'll move into the time section, which will be a little bit more difficult, okay? Is we're going to do juggling off of the bounce, okay? Juggling off of the bounce. So I'm not going to catch the ball at all anymore, all right? I'm just going to let the ball bounce around, okay? So I'm going to try juggling just by letting the ball hit the ground, and then I'm going to juggle the ball right after it. So I'm not catching anymore, but I'm not keeping the ball in the air. I'm just letting the ball bounce only once, though. And I'm just switching feet. Okay, now it's a little bit more acceptable to have that backspin on it, although you don't want to put too much backspin on it. Okay, so just let the ball hit the ground. And notice when I do this, in between each touch, I'm still moving my feet to keep my body and my brain active and get the timing right. Okay, so a lot of juggling is about getting the timing and finding a rhythm. And you notice when I'm doing this, if you can see the screen, when I'm doing this, the ball's bouncing. I'm just doing this little training hop in between. I'm on my toes the whole time, and that's so important because it allows me to time the bounce and make sure that my feet are ready when that ball is in the perfect spot. Notice I'm hitting the ball when it's at the top of its bounce. I'm not kicking it as soon as it bounces. I'm not kicking it right before it hits the ground. I'm trying to hit the ball at the apex of its movement off the ground. So as soon as try to get the timing, so as soon as it's at the top of its bounce, that's when you can kick it. It's almost like it just hangs there for a second, and that's where you want to kick it. Okay, so this is going to be a challenge now, all right? I'm going to ask you to do this 10 times in a row. So 10 juggles off of the bounce in a row. Let's see if you can do it, and then we're going to move on to the time portion of the program.
As I said, my ball's flat, so how should I?
It's so flat that it won't bounce?
Yeah.
Well, I guess just try it in the air then. Try to keep it up in the air as best as you can. All right, here we go. I'm going to try it 10 times in a row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. I know you're all trying your best there. Hopefully you're able to do most of that. Okay. We're right at the end of the 30 minutes, which is more of kind of a beginner's juggling.